Have you ever stopped for a moment and looked at your life, where you are, what you have, what you feel, and asked yourself, how did I get here? Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise out of the ashes of defeat while others remain stuck in the same cycle year after year? My friend, let me tell you something with all the compassion and urgency in my heart. Your life today is not an accident. It is not a coincidence. It is not merely the result of luck, chance, or even the circumstances you were born into. No, your life today is the harvest of the words you spoke yesterday, and the life you will live tomorrow will be determined by the words you choose today. Your words are not small. Your words are not meaningless. Every time you open your mouth, you are planting seeds, seeds of life or seeds of death, seeds of victory or seeds of defeat, seeds of joy or seeds of sorrow. The atmosphere of your home, the condition of your relationships, even the level of your finances and health, these are all touched, influenced, shaped, and created by the words you release into the air. Let this sink deep into your heart. Your words create your world. When you were a child, perhaps you remember the sting of someone's words. Maybe it was a teacher who told you that you would never amount to anything. Maybe it was a parent who said you were lazy, foolish, or not good enough. And years later, even as an adult, those words still echo in your mind. That is the power of words. They shape belief systems. They mold self-identity. They can build someone into greatness or crush them into silence. If negative words spoken over you could hurt you this deeply, imagine how much greater the power is of the words you speak out of your own mouth. For the words you release carry authority over your own life. You are the prophet of your own destiny. You are the architect of your own tomorrow. And the blueprint you are building with is the language that flows from your tongue. You see, creation itself began with words. Before there was sun, before there was moon, before there was earth or sky or ocean, there was only darkness and silence. But then a voice rang out into the void, "Let there be light," and light came rushing in. The entire universe responded to words. The stars were flung into their places by words. The seas gathered where they now flow by words. The mountains stood tall and proud because words commanded them to rise. If words could bring forth galaxies, surely your words can bring forth a future. If words could separate day from night, surely your words can separate defeat from victory. If words could call life out of nothingness, surely your words can call abundance into your household, peace into your mind, healing into your body, and restoration into your relationships. But here's where many people miss it. They underestimate the power of their daily confessions. They think words are just casual, just ordinary, just passing noise. They say things like, "I'm broke, I'm sick, I can't do it, nothing ever works out for me, life is hard, I'll never make it." And then they wonder why they are constantly surrounded by lack, why doors keep closing, why they feel weak, why depression settles like a heavy blanket over their souls. My friend, it is not because destiny is against them. It is not because they are cursed. It is because their very own tongue is poisoning their tomorrow. They are writing the story of their defeat with their words. But listen carefully, because just as negative words bring destruction, positive words, faith-filled words, words aligned with life, can turn everything around. One shift in your speech can begin to shift your entire future. Think about a farmer standing in his field. If he scatters corn seeds, he will not reap wheat. If he sows thorns, he cannot expect roses. The harvest will always match the seed. Your words are seeds. If you sow fear, you will reap failure. If you sow bitterness, you will reap brokenness. But if you sow faith, you will reap miracles. If you sow encouragement, you will reap joy. If you sow abundance with your lips, you will reap provision in your life. The harvest of your life cannot rise above the seeds you plant with your tongue. That is why you must become intentional. Every sentence you speak is either watering the garden of your destiny or setting fire to it. I want you to pause and examine yourself right now. Think about the last 24 hours. What words have come out of your mouth? Did you speak words of hope, words that lifted others, words that declared life over your situation? Or did you speak words of doubt, criticism, and negativity? Because the atmosphere you live in is a reflection of the language you create. Words are like containers. They carry substance. They are never empty. And what they carry, whether it be faith, doubt, joy, fear, love, or hatred, will eventually spill over into your reality. Now, hear this with your spirit. You do not have to remain a prisoner of your past words. You may have spoken defeat yesterday, but today you can begin to speak victory. You may have filled the soil of your life with weeds through careless speech, but today you can uproot them and plant new seeds of life. Every day is a new opportunity to reshape your future, and it begins with the words that come out of your mouth. You may not be able to go back and rewrite the past chapters of your story, but you can pick up the pen today and start creating a brand new chapter with your words. Imagine this with me. A young man, broken and hopeless, stands at the edge of despair. He has been told all his life that he will never succeed. Every voice around him has spoken failure. But one day he begins to whisper something different. He looks in the mirror and says, "I am strong. I am able. I will not quit. My future is bright." At first, his own heart doesn't believe it. At first, it feels silly, even foolish. But day after day, he keeps declaring it. And slowly, like sunlight breaking through clouds, his mind begins to change. His choices begin to align. His steps begin to shift. And soon, the life he once thought impossible begins to take shape before his eyes. Why? Because his words created his world. I know someone listening to this right now feels surrounded by impossibility. You may be facing financial mountains that seem too high to climb. You may be dealing with sickness that doctors say cannot be cured. You may be walking through family pain so deep it feels like you will never heal. But hear me today, the answer is not just in what you do with your hands, it is in what you release from your mouth. You have been given a weapon, and that weapon is your tongue. It is sharper than any sword. It can cut through darkness. It can tear down barriers. It can open doors where none existed. Just think about it this way. Your words are like a steering wheel. Wherever they turn, your life follows. If you constantly speak, "I can't, I can't, I can't," your life will steer into failure. But if you speak, "I can, I will, I must," your life will steer into triumph. Stop giving power to words that destroy you. Stop reinforcing your problems by rehearsing them with your lips every time you say, "I'm so tired, I'm so stressed, I'm so broke." You are strengthening the very chains that hold you. Instead, begin to declare, "I have energy, I have peace, I have provision, I have favor." Let those words roll off your tongue until they become more real to you than the struggle you face. Beloved, you are not powerless, you are not stuck, you are not defeated. You have been given the greatest gift, authority over your own words. And when you align your speech with life, with hope, with faith, with victory, nothing can stop the transformation that will follow. Words build bridges where there are no roads. Words pull down walls that separate families. Words resurrect dreams that were buried. Words call forth opportunities that once seemed lost. Words breathe courage into the faint-hearted and strength into the weary. I want you to picture your tongue as a paintbrush. Every day, with every sentence, you are painting the canvas of your life. Some people have painted their world with gray and black strokes of fear, bitterness, and defeat. But you can choose today to dip your brush in the colors of faith, joy, abundance, and victory. Paint a new picture, declare a new vision, and watch as your life begins to reflect the masterpiece of your words. The truth is, words have always been the building blocks of destiny. Kings have risen and fallen by decrees spoken. Nations have been built and destroyed by speeches delivered. Families have been restored or broken by conversations whispered. And in your own life, the power is the same. You may not stand before a nation, but you stand before your future every single day, and your words are the decree that determine its outcome. So today, I challenge you, guard your mouth like a treasure. Do not let careless words escape, for they will take root and grow. Do not let anger, fear, or bitterness guide your speech, for they will poison the soil of your destiny. Instead, fill your mouth with life. Speak what you want to see, not just what you currently see. Call those things that are not as though they are. When you wake up in the morning, don't just say another hard day. Instead, declare, today is full of opportunity. Today I will see breakthrough. Today my steps are ordered. Today I will walk in joy. When you look at your bank account and it feels empty, don't say I'm broke. Declare, I have more than enough. Abundance is flowing into my life. Provision comes to me now. When you feel weak in your body, don't say, I'm so sick. Instead, declare, I am strong, I am healed, my body is whole. Your words are not powerless affirmations. They are living forces that create reality. And let me leave you with this, the future you long for is not far away. It is as close as your mouth. It is waiting in your words. If you can speak it with faith, you can live it with joy. If you can declare it with boldness, you can walk it with confidence. So rise up today, lift your head, open your mouth, and begin to create the world you want to live in. Do not wait for someone else to speak life over you. Speak it yourself. Do not wait for circumstances to change before you change your language. Change your language and the circumstances will follow. Your words are not small, they are not weak, they are not wasted. They are the very building blocks of your destiny. So choose them carefully, speak them boldly, and watch as your world transforms before your eyes. Because, make no mistake about it, your words create your world.